Hello everyone, this is Kaylor, one of your DB leaders for the week, along with Ziad. So this week's discussion was based on combining like terms to create equations, and then using those equations to figure out when our shoe company will break even. So the first question we are asked is, why does it make sense that we will eventually see profit? So it makes sense that we will eventually see profit because we are essentially selling the shoes for more than what we bought them for. We are selling each pair of shoes for $79.99 when we only manufactured them for $20.99. So we are making $59 per pair of shoes. Another reason is that all of our costs are considered to be startup costs. Once we sell enough pairs of shoes to match our costs, then the rest of the money we earn will be ours to keep for the shoe company. Next, we are asked to create a total cost equation. So we first want to list all of our costs. So first we have the $2.4 million that was used for design and implementation, the $500,000 for advertising, the $54,000 per worker, and the $20.99 per pair of shoes manufactured. We first want to combine our like terms, and these are our constants in this equation. So we want to combine 2.4 million, 500,000, and 54,000 per worker. Before we do this, we must figure out how much we are going to be spending in worker wages. In order to figure this out, we multiply 54,000 times 95. And we find that we will be spending $5,130,000 in worker wages. We can then add the 2.4 million and the 500,000 to this. And this is how we find the 8,030,000. We also have to add this to the $20.99 per pair of shoes manufactured. This is the price of each pair of shoes that we are manufacturing. And this is where the X variable comes into play. So our total cost equation equals T equals 8,030,000 plus 2099X, where T equals total cost and X equals the number of pairs of shoes manufactured. We are then asked to create a revenue equation. Before we can do this, we have to understand what revenue is. So revenue is the total amount of money we bring in without considering the costs. So in the problem, it states that we are selling each pair of shoes for $79.99. And this is simply our revenue equation. R equals 79.99x. We do not have to worry about any of the costs, so we do not have to worry about putting any cost into the equation. So in this equation, R equals revenue, and X equals the number of shoes we sell. We are then asked to create a profit equation. And profit is what you get when you take cost from revenue. So essentially it is revenue minus cost. So in order to find this, we take our revenue equation, we plug in the subtraction sign, and then we plug in our cost equation. So in order to simplify this equation, we must combine our like terms. Our like terms in this case is 79.99x and negative 20.99x. We can combine these to create 59x. It is simply 79.99 minus 20.99. That is how we get the 59x. And because the 8 million does not have any like terms in the equation, it stays the same. So our profit equation looks like P equals 59x minus 8,030,000, where P equals profit and X equals the number of pairs of shoes sold. And then we were asked to dive in a little deeper. We were asked to find out how many pairs of shoes it would require to break even. So in order to find this out, we must set our profit equation equal to 0. So we have 0 equals 59x minus 8,030,000. So first, we must add 8,030,000 to each side. On the right side, it cancels, And on the left side, since we are only adding to 0, it equals 8,030,000. From here, in order to get x by itself, we must divide by 59. And this is where we find that x equals 136,102. These are the number of pairs of shoes it will require to break even. So here is just a little summary. If we sell less than 136,102 pairs of shoes, we'll have a negative profit. This is because we have not paid off all of our costs, so we cannot begin to be making profit. The next is what we just figured out. If we sell exactly 136,102 pairs of shoes, we'll break even. We'll be at 0. We will finally have paid all of our costs, and any money that we earn after will be profit. And finally, if we sell more than 102 pairs of shoes, we will be making a positive profit. We will no longer have to pay off any costs. And lastly, here is a little food for your brain. A lot of people in the discussion came up with the idea that the 2.4 million loan would accrue interest. So as DB leaders, we put these couple questions in the discussion to kind of get your brains thinking and everything, and tie this problem back to what we've already learned about interest. So we came up with two equations, one that was about being compounded annually and one about compounded monthly. I won't go into full effect with this, but if you did take the time to figure these equations out, you'll find that if it was compounded annually, the loan would be about $3.2 million, and the one compounded monthly would be approximately $3.24 million. Alright guys, well that is it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope that this slideshow helped clarify any questions you may have had, and I will see you in the next discussion board. Bye, thank you.